Hi there, my name is Ashwin Sitaraju, and today I want to discuss why I'm a proponent for the FDA to adopt Hawaii's new legislation of banning oxybenzone in any and all commercial sunscreen products. Hawaii is the first of 50 states to ban sunscreen products that contain a chemical substance known as oxybenzone. The governor's justification in signing the bill into effect comes from a recent study done by the Heratikisk Environmental Laboratory. They are a not-for-profit scientific organization who conducted a research on the adverse effects caused by oxybenzone exposure on the coral reefs. They found that oxybenzone is an extremely hazardous and toxic to juvenile forms of corals. Oxybenzone, along with oxanoxate, disrupts the symbiotic relationship that is attempting to be formed between coral and algae. The toxic chemical substance affects the coral larva, forcing it to encase itself in its own skeleton, causing it to fall to the bottom of the sea and die. The problem is that sunscreen containing oxybenzone are frequently applied and used year-round. This does not allow for the coral to regenerate and replenish itself, which is why the ban is now mandated by the state of Hawaii. So that brings us to the question of, what is oxybenzone? Well, it is one of the most common chemical filters found in commercial sunscreen products. The primary purpose that it serves in skincare products is to absorb the harmful UV lights emitted by the sun. The Environmental Working Group, a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to protecting human health and the environment, have done numerous toxicology reports on the substance. The chemical substance received a rating of 8 on the EWG toxicity scale, meaning that it is considered a very toxic substance to humans. Although 80% of chemical sunscreens contain oxybenzone, it is not the only skincare product that contains the toxic substance. Nail polish, fragrances, hairspray, and other cosmetics are comprised of oxybenzone as well. So, some of you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal? I use sunscreen all the time and have never had any problems, so it can't be that harmful. Plus, it benefits me by protecting me from the sun's harmful UV rays. Or you may even be thinking, well, I've been using cosmetics for a long time now and have never felt any adverse effects from it. So you may be dismissive, but give me a minute and I may be able to change your perception on the matter. Oxybenzone has been linked to hormone disruption and has the potential to damage cells that may lead to skin cancer, according to the CDC. According to Dr. Khanna, a professor of public health and environmental health in Albany, she stated that oxybenzone can be an endocrine disrupting chemical because of its ability to mimic hormones. It can also cause endometriosis, which is a disorder in which tissue that normally lines the uterus grows outside of the uterus. It also poses a threat to the reproductive systems in women, along with being linked to premature puberty in girls, low sperm count, and male infertility. The reason that it is potentially very harmful to us is because topical products containing oxybenzone penetrate the skin, allowing it to reach living tissue. More than 96% of the U.S. population has trace amounts of oxybenzone in their systems, according to the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Children make up a large portion of that 96%, and just like the juvenile coral reefs, children are more susceptible to the harmful effects imposed by oxybenzone, as their immune systems have not developed, nor are they equipped well enough to fend off such a toxic substance. If there is a high absorption of oxybenzone, it can be very debilitating and pervasive, according to the Consumer Healthcare Products Association. Oxybenzone is one of the biggest offenders of allergic skin reactions and was named Allergen of the Year by the American Contact Dermatitis Society in 2014. The costs associated with sunscreen products containing oxybenzone could very well outweigh the supposed benefits. Now, there's no need to fret. If you are someone who is an avid user of sunscreen or who needs photo protection, there are plenty of suitable FDA-approved UV filter alternatives that are accessible and available to use. Zinc oxide and titanium oxide, although not known and highly marketed commodities, are safer, natural, and just as effective in their primary purpose of protecting your skin just as much as commercial sunscreens. These are also known as mineral sunscreens, which have a much better rating on the EWG toxicity scale and contain nanoparticles. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, the shape and size of these nanoparticles boost sun protection, do not penetrate the skin, and do not cause skin damage when energized by the sun, unlike commercial sunscreen products. So, in conclusion, with all the evidence that I have laid out among the other research studies that have been conducted regarding negative effects that oxybenzone has not only to humans but to our environment, it is evident that the FDA should in fact follow Hawaii's total ban on sunscreen products that contain the toxic substance. Thank you for watching.